Moses spent 40 days on Mount Sinai receiving the 10 commandments. Come on. That's so cool. He had communion with God and revelation in those 40 days. Like, I want an increase of communion with God, and although he never leaves us or forsakes us, I know sometimes I don't always feel close to God. It's like, Lord, I'd love to hear your voice. God, I'd love to feel close to you. And so may 40 be the year, if you were turning 40, that you have a consistent, obvious communion with God, because in his eyes, we are righteous already, which means we are in right standing with him. Like, we're not far away. He's not far away. He's right here with us, and Jesus is inside of us. And may 40 be a year of revelation, because here's the deal. If we just all needed more information to do better and be better, we'd all be great, because we have become a consuming society of information. But what we need for real transformation is revelation. It's revelation. And that revelation is like that aha moment, that, oh, yes, like God shows you something. And I want to encourage you, if you've been afraid of reading the book of Revelation because you just think it's scary, then you have a wrong, I believe, theology around Revelation and end times. Because literally Revelation is like, oh my goodness, like, you know, like the emoji. I see the emoji that's like the brain is exploding. Like, yes. So may you have more communion with God and revelation in this season with him. 40 again represents perseverance, it represents faith, and it represents growth. And like the Israelites wandering in the wilderness for 40 years, wondering where they're going before they entered the promised land, I really felt like the Lord told me, you haven't seen anything yet. And I don't know what your story is, but that encouraged me so much, because I experienced a tremendous amount of success in my 30s. And if you know my story, you know that I lost an 8-figure business in 2018. I get so tired of saying that, but the magnitude of that is like, has been really interesting the last 5 years, rebuilding my foundation and my identity in like knowing who I am because of Jesus, and knowing that he is inside of me, that I am, how God sees me is Jesus, because I'm hidden in Christ. Christ is in me. The same goes for you. But it has been very challenging, because the success that I had in network marketing and that duplication, I have not done in coaching the same way. And I've had a ton of success in coaching, and I love my life and I love my business, and I am so excited. But I've done that before, like I want to do that again. It has been challenging, because it's like we define success a certain way. And I want to just encourage you that if your current situation is not as good as it has been, may this word be encouraging to you, that you haven't seen anything yet. And God has been preparing you, pruning you, positioning you, and pivoting you for the promise. And nothing will be wasted. So this was just a fun journey of my notebook of being able to share a little bit of what God showed me about turning 40. And again, whether you are turning 40 or maybe you know a friend who's turning 40, send this to them. I hope it encourages them. But I do believe God is doing incredible things. And that even though sometimes what we see on social media, I don't watch the news, but you know, all the places, it can feel a little chaotic. It can feel kind of like that wave, like chaos. But I promise you, God is always working, and he is up to something. And we, as the hands and feet of Jesus, who have the same dunamis power inside of us, who raised Jesus from the dead, and we are, like Jesus is in us. We are the righteousness of God because of Jesus.